Hello, my name is Mariana and this is a reading for Scorpio. So Scorpio, I've done your reading with my own deck, one that I made a few years ago, so the cards you'll see are from this deck. In Scorpio, you know, as I sensed the rhythm of your cards and uh, just the storyline that's coming through, I feel like you're going through a lot of ups and downs. It's almost like you're on a roller coaster ride, kind of. And I feel like it starts off very heavy or mm, very sad, maybe, because we start off with the Five of Cups. And, the two words that came with this card were emotional loss. So I feel like, maybe this ride, this roller coaster ride that you're on, or, this phase of your life, it's maybe it's heavy on you, or maybe you're, you know, because Scorpio is a sign, it's a water sign, right? And the cups suit is a water element. So, this is maybe encountering a few delicate or a few hard emotions inside of you. But I feel like because you are so strong, right? Scorpio doesn't deny looking for to the hard side of things, or I feel like you're not neglecting, you're not overlooking these losses or the sadness or the hard emotions that you're having to deal with, to begin whatever big transformation you're going through. But it feels like this transformation, it's just beginning. So, and it is beginning with a sense of loss, with a sense that you're having to deal with the way that's coming through is delicate feelings, delicate emotions, right? Maybe you are more sensitive than usual to people, situations, stimuli, circumstances, because after the Five of Cups, we go to the Six of Cups. And so this is where the ups and downs are coming from, because I feel like although you start off very sad or very heavy, I feel like there is some sort of like a moment of your day or a situation in specific that is very uplifting to you, that brings you balance again, right? It feels like here with the Five of Cups, you're sinking into these heavy emotions a little bit, and then this so this is the down, right? And then this Six of Cups is lifting you up a little bit, but it's just a little, right? It feels like there are, the downs are bigger or longer or felt more by you, right, than the ups. But nevertheless, they are there. There are a few moments of, I don't know if you heard that, but that was an eagle in your message, Scorpio. And they don't come here very often. Once in a while, I've heard them, and I hear them before I see them. And it's interesting because whenever an eagle comes, because it's really rare, the other birds around here, they just go crazy. So this is interesting. Maybe this is a message for you, right? Be aware of eagles, or, as a metaphor, as in like, maybe there is some sort of strange element or uninvited guest maybe that arrives and shakes up things. But just okay, going back to the cards, I feel like if there are uninvited guests that are knocking at your door, they're here to bring you up, they're here to cheer you up, they're here to lift your spirit, right, with the Six of Cups. And I feel like maybe there are childhood friends, but it feels they're like they have good intention. Their intention is to lift you up. And even if it's not people coming your way, right? There are moments and situations of your day that are there to just lift your spirit, right? And take you off this gloomy feeling, right? But after the Six of Cups came the Death card, which is in fact actually your card, right, Scorpio? You are not scared by the thought of this transformation process. So it's like you're strong, you're brave enough to face this, to go through this door. Usually I see this door here as a, you know, a slightly open door with this, as if you have to take the leap to cross this threshold, right? And it is a very transformative period of time in your life, right? So I feel like this is the reason why it starts off with the Five of Cups and it goes to the Six of Cups, because, you know, the transformation process that you're going through, it's important that, you know, your heart is aligned, and it's, you know, this boost that you're receiving that just brings you up a little bit, like makes you feel better for a little second, right? Is really important for you to be in this state of, in this emotional state, right? To cross over to this door, right? To just go through this transformation that is really big. And I feel like, although yes, here there could be people knocking at your door, friends or family that just want to cheer you up, I feel like whatever is going on here with this death process, it is completely internal and individual. It's something that only you can go through, right? Even though there are people that want to cheer you up and help you, I feel like only you can go through this threshold. Because so after the Death card came the Nine of Swords and the Nine of Wands. So yes, traditionally in tarot, these are very hard, very burdensome, very weighed down cards, right? They carry a lot of weight mentally and energetically. So it's not an easy path, right, Scorpio? I'm not going to sugarcoat this, because it's not. It feels very heavy. It feels potentially very draining on you. But you see here these two, the arrow and the wands, right? So this is you in the middle, right, going through this path. So as soon as you do cross this transformation door, you're going on this first phase, which is very, it's like, what I'm getting now, it's like this exposing thoughts, but it's like it's like your thoughts are mirroring back at you, right? It's almost like I'm seeing you going through this room full of mirrors. You know those old circus that they used to have, you know, all of those weird mirrors, right? This is what I'm seeing both on these cards. So it's almost like these corridors of mirrors, but what they're reflecting back at you first is, you know, these are your thoughts, and these are the energies or the vibration that your body is emitting, right? And so it feels like there are phases, and it's interesting because, as I said, it's almost like going up and down, up and down. And now I'm just being reminded of a scene from that movie Grease, where there's they are at a it's interesting. There's a lot of like a roller coaster ride and going up and down, and you know, these rooms full of weird mirrors, and it feels like that kind of old school circus or fair, right? Where all of these you know, it's like it feels very unusual. It feels very out of your routine, out of your everyday or day-to-day environment, right? And so it could be, you know, this very unusual state of awareness that you're in, right? Because everything feels odd, right? What I'm seeing here is like you in the center of this path, right? It's almost like this, you see? This is how I'm seeing it. You step through this door of transformation and onto this first phase, which is very mentally exposing your own thoughts, right? You being exposed to your thought process, and very visually is how I'm seeing, because of these mirrors. And then you step onto this next phase, which is your energy. So these mirrors are now it's almost like they're reflecting color, they're emitting color. This is what I'm seeing. So here it's like the, you know, the waves of your thoughts, and here it's like waves of color of your own aura or your auric field. So it's like these mirrors are very important, even though they could be very weird and very odd for you, right? Very unusual perspective is what is coming through right now. Unusual perspective of yourself, right? And so yes, this could be very overwhelming, you know, because it's really weird. It's coming through as weird and odd, right? I don't know how else to explain this. But I feel like somehow, you know, after you go through these two first phases, you come to the Six of Pentacles, which is balance again, right? And it's almost like, remember, as I said, you had to come to this state of alignment within your heart, within your emotional aspects, right? In order to go through this door of transformation, because it was going to be intense, right? So you had to be lifted up a little bit, right? Because you were very down or very sad. But here, once you go through these two phases, I feel like you come out of this, you know, this second quarter of, or the second room of weird mirrors, that you find balance again. It's like, okay, so this is interesting. Because you had to go through this process on your own, it feels like, you know, before you entered it, you had people beside you supporting you, right? Lifting you up. And once you come through this second phase of this transformation, which is very energetically and it feels very bodily, right? But you know, your aura, it's like your over body, is that how you say it? It's like your subtle body, right? This is how it's coming through here. So, and when you come out of it, you know, those same people perhaps are there to greet you, are there to just to cheer for you, right? Just to lift you up, just to be there for you, supporting you, showing that they're there beside you, right? And when you do feel that you have support, right? I feel like this is where you find your ups again, right? It feels like, so we start with you feeling down and then being lifted up and then going through this transformation process and, you know, going to the depths again, and then of this roller coaster, because, you know, it feels like you're in this really crazy ride. And then here you are at the end of this, you know, being lifted up again, because, and you know, the highs are not as high as your lows are low, if you know what I mean, right? Because you're going so deep, right? So deep, seeing these reflections of yourself mirrored back at you. I feel like when you're lifted, you know, every tiny little help or tiny support or act of generosity, act of generosity, right? I feel like it's already doing like such a good thing. It's already giving you such peace, such balance. It's already lifting you up, right? But I have to say, Scorpio, with this Page of Swords ending this part of your reading, I feel like whatever you feel like, you know, perhaps this lifting you up is this could be the apparent finish line of this transformation process. I feel like it's actually just the beginning. And I am a little bit reluctant to say that because, you know, it is already very intense. Although you can take intensity, you can take, you know, these really deep dives, but I feel like whatever you're going through, it has a lot. It's like it's intense in both ways, but mostly in the low periods or situations, right? Because it has this rebirth, right, going on. And so here with this Page of Swords, what I was going to say, I was just drifting with this transformation. But anyways, going back to the Page of Swords, what I wanted to say about this character, it's almost like they're here to give you a badge of honor in the sense that, you know, you completed the first phase, or, you know, the two first phases, right? But there's more. It's almost like they're here to say that, like, don't give up, Scorpio. There is more. You know, the transformation process hasn't ended fully, right? It's just the beginning, and it feels like even if there are hard parts along the way, I feel like because of these two sixes that came through, right? The Six of Cups and the Six of Pentacles, I feel like whatever you're going through or whatever deep dive you're doing, these people are here to support you, and they'll be there, you know, at every small phase that, you know, ends, right? So they're there to help you. And, you know, and you're gonna know when these smaller phases end and begin, I feel like, because of this Page of Swords. So don't give up. You know, you have support. So, and you'll find balance with their support, with their help, right? And so just it's almost like, get ready, Scorpio, there's more ahead, right? So this is where we end this part of your reading. I'm going to pull more cards, Scorpio, for you, but I'm going to pull from the astrological runes that I made from air dry clay as the final guidance for you. So if you want to come to the extended with me, I'll be happy to see you there. If not, I'll see you next time. Okay, bye.